What if instead of Freddy Fazbear's, they called it Freddy Freak Bears and we cranked the animatronics? We're gonna be watching What If FNAF 2 Were Made Today. FNAF Heyday game concept. I watched the first one. Everyone's been wanting me to watch the second one. I promised that I would. It looks very interesting. So that's what we doing. Will Freddy be in this one? Maybe. I don't know if they have Freddy Fazbear in this.
I went through exactly what a reboot of the first FNAF game would look like if I were put in the driver's seat of the franchise. The response to that video has been overwhelmingly positive, and so I thought I'd waste no time and hop right into a sequel. You guys had a lot of thoughts regarding some of the changes and updates I made to the first game, so I tried to keep all that feedback in mind when tackling the second game. In case you missed my first of these reboot videos, I'm going to reiterate that this reboot universe that I'm making is drawing inspiration from, but not beholden to, the old lore. Any references made to classic FNAF games are both—
He's just saying, like, I'm shitting on your lore sucks, I'm making my own.
Are done for fun and also to use them as building blocks for a new lore, which hopefully feels a little more cohesive as it's being planned from the very beginning. So if there's something here which is inaccurate to the original, rest assured that it's a change I'm making intentionally, and that very much applies to this game, as this one is going to be a much more severe overhaul than the first video. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the sequel to FNAF Anniversary, which I'm going to call Five Nights at Freddy's Heyday.
Oh shit, Heyday.
Good evening. We notice you're here after hours. Putting in the overtime, eh? Good for you. Afton Robotics always appreciates the hard work and dedication of its employees.
Me when I lie! We all know Fazbear Entertainment does not give a fuck!
It seems that you're attempting to perform maintenance on. Would you like a hand with that? Good. Glad to be of assistance. If you have followed procedure, should be waiting on the platform upstairs. Please activate the retrieval button on the maintenance console to get started. Our system does not recognize the animatronic you're trying to perform maintenance on. This station is only—
I'm sorry, it's just like, I know it's like helpy, but like helpy. Helpy. Anyways.
Only intended for maintenance pertaining to approved Afton Robotics creations. Are you sure you wish to continue? Okay, let's get started. First, please proceed with any required maintenance and/or cleaning.
Freddy's Parts! We couldn't have named it anything else. We gotta name it Freddy's Parts. Freddy's Parts.
Good job. Looks good as new.
Error.
Before we send back on stage, we must ensure the animatronic is functioning as
it sounds like those tubes. The fucking groan tubes. Intended.
To proceed, please connect your Faz remote to the maintenance console. If you do not have a Faz remote or fail to connect one in the next 10 seconds, that means you should not be here and the authorities will be contacted.
Ooh.
On your remote, 3 buttons should have engaged. The first is a prompt button, which was to external stimuli, to ensure our latest and greatest animatronic toys remain fully operational during showtime. Between prompts, be sure to use your second button to activate your Faz remote's inbuilt flashlight and shine it directly at the animatronic's eye sensors. This will initiate a soft reset to prepare the animatronic for the next prompt. Be aware that these animatronics are considered—
Yo!
If the
Wait, that fucking flashlight's fire. I would pay for this. I would pay money for this, just to, like, hang it on my wall. That's fire. He has like a little hat, and it's like, oh, it's like a little remote. And it has a flashlight through his hat? That's so cute. I love that.
animatronic is not performing as expected and displays a
That's not, I'm not making a joke.
Press the third button on your Faz remote to administer a controlled shock. This should promote a hard reset on all internal systems. But be careful, more than 3 resets in a single maintenance session can damage equipment. So it's best to play it safe and report any failed maintenance to your supervisor. To begin animatronic responses, please choose an appropriate sound prompt package from the list provided on your maintenance panel. You have chosen press the prompt button on your phaser mode to proceed.
That's not from FNAF 2.
Please use the flashlight as instructed and document results on your maintenance panel. Let's try again, shall we? Press the prompt button to cycle to the next item in your prompt package. Please use the flashlight as...
Why does it sound like he's like there's like heavy breathing? You guys hear it? It's like rapid heavy breathing, like
Please use the flashlight as instructed and document results on your maintenance panel.
no, don't do my boy.
Let's try again, shall we? Press the prompt button to cycle to the next item.
Ow.
You have used more than the advised 3 shocks. Please submit this maintenance report so you may be appropriately reprimanded.
You have used more than 3 shocks. We are going to fucking kill you now.
Thank you for submitting your report. Punishment will be doled out swiftly. Please clock out and return home. We probably won't be seeing you again, so just in case, thank you for your mediocre service and have a fantastic life.
Damn.
Maintenance minigames. This style of gameplay was first introduced to the series back in Sister Location. In that game, it was Funtime Freddy's maintenance section, and it became a huge aspect of the sequel Pizzeria Simulator in the salvage minigames. If you're familiar with the latter, you'll know I'm taking heavy inspiration from that game for this one, and if you're worried about using too many of these elements too early in the series, I can assure you that if I ever get to rebooting Pizza Sim or Sister Location, I'll make sure to update those minigame sections to make sure these parts don't feel redundant. The reason I decided to use this scenario as the opening for the game is for a couple of reasons. First of all, the player is introduced to a few gameplay elements before they're required to use them in the base game, which we'll talk about those more in detail in the next few sections. And secondly, this is a tone setter for both our characters and the world. This cold, bureaucratic treatment of things that are supposed to elicit wonder and excitement in children is off-putting, especially when there's obviously a lot more going on.
Yo, I love the pose. He's got that fuckboy trying to be a SoundCloud rapper album cover pose. He's like, oh, I'm so misunderstood. We just need to be like black and white with like the, what is it called? Is it like vignette or something? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like the black around the edges? There you go. Alpha boy. That like curly, shaved sides, curly on the top hair.
I first realized. As with the first video, more will be revealed in the lore chapter later, but for now, let's talk a bit more about this new and improved Freddy's that our reboot will take place in. In the original FNAF 2, the pizzeria was lauded as a new location much larger than the first game's map, with new state-of-the-art technology and overall an improvement in the company. So the first change that I'm making is that for story reasons, I thought it would work if the FNAF Heyday building and the FNAF Anniversary building were actually the same one, just many years apart. To make this idea work, I ended up going backwards from my Anniversary map layout to design this new building from many years earlier. Obviously, FNAF 2 is a much larger location, so I needed to keep the base of the future map and expand it outwards. So, for example, what will eventually become the security office and the prize counter was once an entryway to the pizzeria, which wraps around a serving counter in the dining hall, connected to the kitchen, which remains in place. There's also a designated employee lounge next to these spaces for floor and kitchen staff to relax on their break. The dining hall remains mostly as it was, but the main stage, which exists from an even earlier version of the pizzeria, has been cordoned off, and the new main stage is to the right of the room. Where Pirates Cove and the wraparound arcade will someday stand is actually the location of this game's security office, which looks out onto the dining hall. Parts of the building which are left unutilized in 1993 actually expand this space into becoming a set of hallways which lead to new bathrooms, 3 party rooms, a secondary kitchen, specifically used for private parties, and the manager's office.
I would fumble so hard with this. I'm terrible at layouts. Like, I'm not good at decoration. I'm not good with, like, layouts and stuff like that because I'm like, in theory, this makes sense. And then, like, in actuality, it's terrible. Like, for me, I would attach the bathroom to, like, the fucking kitchen, you know? And it would be like, oh, it looks good. And you're just like, wait, that's fucking stupid. I would be terrible at this. So props to this guy.
Safe room is also yet to be cordoned off.
Found the one thing I forgot to turn off. You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Typically used for private parties, and the manager's office. The safe room is also yet to be cordoned off, so it's now accessible from both sides, one door to the back room and the others to the manager's hallway. Considering our restrooms are located down here now, we have this space behind the stage which is going to be converted into the new Kids Cove and arcade spaces. Oh, and because we're going to be situated in the new security office off here to the left, we're going to be looking at the pizzeria from this perspective. Of course, we can't get a real feel for this new pizzeria without actually jumping in and seeing what
I don't like
like
it from this angle.
FNAF 2's gameplay loop is one which is both reviled and revered depending on
how you know this isn't in America. Just give him a fucking gun. There you go. No problems whatsoever. That's why none of this stuff is ever placed in America, because all these people would just have guns.
who you ask. Obviously, the original game introduced us to the 5 new animatronic threats and removed our familiar defenses from the first game. While in concept, I really like the idea of bombarding the player with new threats, in execution, there's very little which set each of these animatronics apart. Now, some people's approach to redesigning FNAF 2 is to give all the animatronics all unique mechanics, but I find that there are simply too many new animatronics to do that for. So,
there's too many, and it would just make it, like, unfun to, like, have to learn. That's why I would never really play UNC, because every single character, other than, like, a select few, have, like, different mechanics, and it's just overwhelming. It's just too much. So you need to find, like, a good middle.
Instead, I thought that giving the player new defenses and stronger threats would be an interesting way to go about tackling this game's fresh cast of animatronics. But why listen to me ramble on when I could have the man himself tell you?
What? The toilet's gonna talk to me.
Hello? Hey, Jerry, it's Ralph. If you're hearing this, it means I've
If your name's Ralph, you're not real.
figured out this voicemail thing. You know, new renovations, new systems, and hey, new night guard. It all went smoothly today for the opening, so let's hope that continues with your shift. I'll be honest with you. Nights of this place can be pretty boring, but uneventful is exactly what we're going for. Now, apologies for this, but I gotta do the whole manager thing, you know. Hello and welcome to the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike where fantasy and fun come to life. Congratulations on your new summer job as a nighttime security guard. This building has been fitted with state-of-the-art security and surveillance technology, which has been designed to assist you in defending and maintaining Fazbear Entertainment property. And yourself, obviously. They didn't write that. I'm adding that.
No. Don't defend yourself. If we catch you defending yourself and not this property, we're gonna beat you to death.
All of these security features are accessible to you through your Afton Robotics patented Handycam unit. Our new line of animatronic performers also serve as Fazbear certified technological officiators of youth security, also known as toys.
The pictures over there of them, it just looks like a lineup. Tell me who fucking robbed you here. Terrifying.
I swear they always come up with the name before the acronym. Sorry.
That's right. In this game, the toys are on our side and serve as our main defenses against the Wizards. Now, we'll discuss this full office overhaul in a minute, but for now, let's focus on how these toys work.
Our new line of toys can be directed through your Handycam unit to obstruct or distract any potential threats to Fazbear property. Yeah, there's just a bunch of technobabble after that, so I'll skip over it. Basically, Bonnie and Chica make a bunch of noise, and Freddy deals with threats head on.
Using your camera map, you can move the...
I'd like to imagine Freddy just like fucking liner back lunges at you, like head down, arms out, and he's just PWAH!
Toys animatronics from room to room, where each will carry out their own specific function. As Ralph mentioned, Toy Bonnie and Chica make a lot of noise, which you might be able to guess means they act as lures. Each toy has a short cooldown, which means you can't just...
Sir, it's loud, I can't hear you.
So you have to be more strategic about their placement. Bonnie and Chica also only lure their withered counterparts, so you can't use them to completely disable all animatronics.
Over here! I'm sorry, she just looks like she's
So
wearing a
you can't
bikini. I know that's like the base design pretty much, but like, come on, man. Who is this for? Who is this for? Like the 40-year-old dads that are there with their kids and just, I need to look at some chicken boobs right now. What is this?
use them to completely disable all animatronics. We'll make sure the toys are only active when their respective wizards are out and about, so Toy Freddy won't be in use until Freddy gets up from the safe room. Speaking of Freddy...
Ow! I think we found the first schizophrenic animatronic.
You're my friend.
No. Oh shit.
Now, you might be wondering what inspired this change.
Wait, I kind of got a little confused. I was too busy talking. Wait, what happened?
We'll make sure the toys are only active when their respective wizards are out and about, so Toy Freddy won't be in use until Freddy gets up from the safe room. Speaking of Freddy...
So they're protecting us?
You're my friend.
Dude. The lights went off. Withered Freddy just got diddled. Withered Freddy just got diddled to fucking back.
Now, you might be wondering what inspired this change, and it was
I
honestly
trust
my
him.
rejection of FNAF 2's lack of importance in the cameras. In the original game, the puppet's music box required the player to only ever stay on that camera in later nights, and there wasn't honestly much need to know where the animatronics were. As long as you were ready to put on your mask, you could pretty much avoid each of the animatronics besides Foxy, and he's down the end of the hall, so you're almost encouraged not to go on the cameras too often. With Heyday's toys system, the player needs to keep track of the wizards and make sure that they're managing their defenses well. They have to be ready to move Toy Freddy into Withered Freddy's paths, or to set Bonnie up nearby Withered Bonnie to make sure that he's slowed down on his way to the office. If the animatronics...
That's what the mask is! That's what the point of the mask is.
ever do make their way to the office, we're keeping our mask and flashlight mechanics intact from the original. From the desk-mounted console, the player can retrieve their FAS remote from the maintenance section and use the flashlight to stall animatronics that make it to the hallway. This console can also be used to charge the flashlight, as it will have a lot less battery than in the original version. In the event that the animatronics ever actually make it to the office, we can pop on an old Bonnie mask, I wonder where that came from, and wait for the animatronics to go about their business. Taking some inspiration from the unreleased dev version of FNAF 2, this mask mechanic has a timer, meaning you can't just hide in the mask forever.
That's just so funny to me. Either someone took a nasty shit in that. Right before you put it on, like there's someone next to you that just like puts it up against their ass and like fucking just rips one in it. Just like gives it to you. And you have like 10 seconds to put it on before you like pass out.
This also encourages the player to handle the threats before they make it to the office, as if they get too close and you have to wait for multiple animatronics to leave, you'll probably not last very long in the mask, considering it's a very musty, moldy, not made for human respiratory systems animatronic face.
I honestly doubt you'll have need for most of the security stuff. Worst I ever had to deal with on the night shift were some bored teens trying to make trouble. Ended up using a Freddy mask to blend in with the merchandise until they left. Yeah. I was never much cut out for the security office.
Now he's dead.
But hey, I'm sure you'll do much better. Okay, Jerry, it's been a long day, so I'm gonna catch some shut-eye. If you need anything, just let me know by tomorrow night, and we'll sort it out. Okay, good night. Oh, and have a fantastic shift.
Woo!
Both the Mangle and Withered Foxy are some of the most iconic elements to come out of FNAF 2, with Foxy's light sensitivity and Mangle's mangledness. First of all, let's discuss our poor, disassembled pink and...
He forgot to say TM after Faztastic, so therefore it's mine. It's mine now. I own it.
white friend, Mangle. If you've seen my sister location theory video, you'll know that I proposed that this toy Foxy wasn't a toy at all, but instead a holdover from the previous location. Understand that this will be
Poor
the case for my
Mangle.
reboot timeline. This version of Foxy isn't actually a Foxy at all, but instead a new member of Freddy and Friends named Funtime the Fox.
Funtime's supposed to be more kid-friendly and able to be played with, so...
That's fucking terrible! In actuality, like, what kid would want to play with that, though? Take apart, put back together attraction. Like, I wouldn't want to fuck with that. I would be terrified.
Malleable. Any amount of force just causes her to pop apart. Stops them from crushing any kids that might get caught in the joints. Not that that would ever happen, of course. At least...
It stops kids from getting crushed in the joints, so you know what we should do? We're gonna remove all of that shell, and we're gonna have it so just the joints and shit that can hurt kids is out. Does that sound good? We're known for children just dying on our watch. How about we just give this to them? Open wires, circuitry, metal, turning like rotors. I think that's a good idea. Who's with me?
Not again.
The Mangle, technically not being a toy, isn't controlled by our camera systems. The Mangle's first function is to act as a sort of anti-toys character. When the Mangle is in a room, that camera will be glitched and full of static, just letting us catch glimpses of the twisted mess of animatronic parts. This also means that the toys cannot be sent to that room. This will lead to moments where the player wants to send Bonnie or Chica toys into these rooms, but is blocked by the Mangle. The player either then has to wait it out and hope the wizards don't move closer, or they have to improvise an alternative strategy.
The staff was supposed to put him back together at the end of every shift, but I guess people got lazy. Obviously, we fixed her up for the opening, but I doubt it'll be long before she's back to being... Well, the staff calls it the Mangle. Names like that tend to stick. Anyway, those vents in your office are rigged with motion triggers. If anything does set off the sensors, just tap the lit up button and it should scare off whatever's scampering through. I'm told it's a pest control measure. Bit overboard if you ask me.
As the nights go on, Mangle will try and make its way through the vents toward us more frequently and will move more quickly, making it a mad dash to zap her before she makes it into the office. If the player isn't quick enough to catch him with these controlled shots...
Oh, fuck. Mangle, please!
Obviously, we have no toys equivalent to deal with our shy pirate friend, so instead, we're going to have to deal with him in another way once he activates on night 3. In this game, the front office door from the original has been replaced with a large window. Throughout the night, the player will catch glimpses of a shadowy Foxy progressing his way through the diner area, closer and closer to the player. The player will have to be prepared to flip the switch next to the office window to turn on the main lights, which will freeze the pirate Fox in place. This way, we keep our light sensitivity for Foxy intact without losing his more...
Have you guys ever gotten caught at like 3 a.m. getting something from the kitchen or just doing something out of your room whenever you're a kid and your parents are just like come back and you just see your parents like in the hallway just like staring at you? That's what just happened. You just like stay still and hope that they don't see you. Foxy just got caught trying to get a tortilla out of the fridge.
Unique approach to attack from the original. It's also a subtle reference to the fun with plush trap minigame from FNAF 4, which I always thought was quite cool. This version is definitely less punishing than that game, with a much larger window, pardon the pun, to catch Foxy in. Hitting the light switch too early will mean the player loses access to it for a short time, indicated by the power box fritzing out. Again, another pun, sorry. Obviously, we don't want that to happen, as if Foxy gets too close and we don't have the switch to shut him down...
He said, Chica, get out of the way!
The puppet, one of my favorite FNAF characters, and also my least favorite element of the original FNAF 2. As terrifying and intriguing as she was back in 2014,
No, like real. The marionette is my favorite animatronic in the entirety of the FNAF series, and she only really appears in the second game. I mean, like, she's in the third one, but like, you know what I mean. It's not like real. Her mechanic in the second one, like, just isn't that scary. It's scary like the first time, because you're just like, what's happening? What? I didn't wind up the box. What's happening? And then you just realize she just jump scares you, and that's it. It's so sad.
See,
But
the original game left a lot to be desired. I think, in concept, this ever-looming threat, which is only a
Oh yeah, the fourth one. Nightmare Marion is like my favorite design of FNAF. Nightmare Marion is such a fucking great design. It's so cool.
few ticks of the music box away from unleashing hell on the player is really cool, but in execution, as mentioned before, the player is forced to stay on the prize corner cam if they ever want to stand a chance of surviving the later nights. This mechanic obviously can't remain in this new version of the game, at least not without some alterations. I considered leaving the puppet to only appear on night 5, similarly to how I treated Golden Freddy in the first game, but honestly, this game is going to be our only real opportunity in the series for the puppet to act as a main antagonist against our player, so I don't want to waste her. How then am I going to handle the puppet in FNAF Heyday? Well, on night 2, Ralph has this to say.
You may have noticed the ceiling rails around the building. Those are actually a remnant of a previous restaurant. One of the old characters used them to get around. Now that particular animatronic was supposed to be deactivated.
I'm sorry, that's so funny though. Just imagining, have you guys seen that clip of that guy and he's like on one of those like railing things like with the backpack and he's pretending that he's dead? I'm just imagining the puppet doing that.
But the technicians always had a hard time keeping it deactivated. So instead we found a way to repurpose it to dole out prizes in the arcade. To keep it functioning, though, it needs to come out of its box every now and then to glide around so its servos don't lock up, which it does at night. Yeah, look, before it was a gift giver, it was sort of a precursor to the current security bots. Thing is, it was always a bit more aggressive. Considering you're there after hours, the old programming might mistake you for an intruder. So if you ever find it approaching the office, just use the music box system on your camera feed to stall it. For some reason, the lullaby sort of neutralizes its AI for a while. So just make sure that you keep an eye on it in case it moves. It's best not to let it get to the office.
I think this system for the puppet keeps the same spirit as the old version, while making sure the player still has to use the camera systems to their full extent. The puppet is much easier to keep in place than the other animatronics, but letting it slip away from its current position will mean it's one step closer to nabbing the player. This ups the tension and means the player will be panicking more and more as the puppet's inevitable crawl towards us progresses. Now, you might be wondering, what will stop players from just keeping the camera on the puppet the same way as they did in FNAF 2? Not much, honestly, is that the rest of the camera system is equally as important. As mentioned before, the withered still have to be monitored throughout the night, so yes, while you can sacrifice using the cameras to keep the puppet at bay, it means you're not able to deal with the other threats as efficiently. The most effective strategies require a balancing act of the cameras on all your threats, not just the puppet like in the original game. At least that's the idea. Those are all of our animatronic threats and defenses, so now let's move on to...
Hey, what about Balloon Boy?
Yeah.
Balloon Boy.
Where's my balloon
so
kid?
In all honesty, I was really struggling to implement Balloon Boy in an interesting way for this game. My struggle was less to do with mechanics and more so how to implement him into the world in a diegetic way which made sense. I've settled on the following, but leave ideas down below if you think there's a more interesting way for him to be utilized. So, considering FNAF 2 actually introduces...
Hey, where's my shadow? Where's my shadow Freddy? He's so awesome in black. Where's my guy? You can't just not have them.
...us to both Balloon Boy and JJ, the latter admittedly in a smaller role, I thought we might as well give them both a purpose. We've got 2 balloon characters, and 2 doors either side of us. So in either hallway, BB and JJ are situated in slumped positions. Like the other toys, these 2 are actually here to help, in the most annoying way possible. Throughout the night, both characters have balloons which slowly fill with air. Side note, I know JJ isn't really balloon related in the original series, but anyway,
this is what we get.
Filled, these characters will hold onto their balloons until another animatronic enters their respective hallway, at which point... This is a warning system for players who are keeping too close of an eye on their cameras, or as a way to help out players struggling with the mechanics. Or, and this is my favorite part, as a way to startle even the most locked in players.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play...
Once these balloons are gone, they're
That would scare the shit out of me. That'd scare me so bad. I'm so bad with like loud noises. I overreact to like hell and back, and it's I'm genuinely not even like playing it up.
You could potentially have a system where they replenish, but I don't want it to become a case that you just have to wait for the balloons to pop throughout the night to know where the animatronics are. Anyway, now that those little mechanics are out of the way, let's discuss how everything comes together on night 5. Night 5 starts as the prior 4 have, a call from Ralph addressed to Jerry. Except this time, Ralph's not alone.
Hey, Jerry? I wanted to call and let you know that after your shift, I'll need you to pull all the day and nighttime security footage from earlier this week. I can't say much, but there's been somewhat of an investigation going on. Nothing to worry about, just routine stuff.
Yeah, no problem. Whatever, man. Hey, look, I'm really glad
Whatever.
you called. Did someone turn on those old robots in the back?
Like the originals? I don't think so. Why, what's up?
Look, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but they're not in the back room anymore.
What?
They're
With her body pulled down my pants, bro. Help!
moving around the place.
On their own?
Yeah, look, I don't know why or how, but the duck seemed like it was trying to get into the office and...
Chica's a chicken, Jerry. Hints in the name.
Whatever. Look, I used the new one to keep her away like you said on the voicemails, but she's still coming closer.
Hey, keep calm. Everything will be alright. I know those old ones can look a bit spooky, but there's honestly nothing to worry about. Even if they did make it to the office, they'd probably just sing you happy birthday.
I don't know, man.
Woo!
They're freaking me out. Oh, God. Freddy's gone. He's... Okay. Whew, he's just...
Oh my god, he's getting head. Dude, Freddy is like giving him under desk support, like 100%. Like, Jesus.
standing there. Ralph, I think you were right. He's kind of cute up close. Not really. Oh. Wait. What's coming out of its eyes? Ah!
Suddenly, the phone cuts off with another ringing. We answer.
Hello? Hey, sir. Hope your first week is going well. Sorry I haven't gotten a chance to call before now. Things have been a bit hectic.
The
on
gawk
my
of
end.
97.
I've been listening back to your calls from last week.
From last... Oh! Sorry, sir. I didn't realize they were still on the system. I thought it got wiped every week.
Evidently not. Why are you interrupting my night, Ralph?
Right. Well, pardon my asking, sir, but what on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo?
What memo?
The building is on total lockdown. This investigation...
Okay, but why did they always give the villains like such like sexy, nice voices? Like, what? Why does he sound like that?
Didn't you get the memo?
What memo?
What memo? Why does he sound like that? Why'd they make him sound hot?
The building is on total lockdown. This investigation has gotten really out of hand. They're saying someone might have used one of the old spring suits. You know, we have a couple in the back. And I want to say, sir, that I made it very clear that nobody's supposed to touch them. But they're saying, if someone reports.
I'm aware, Ralph. I've been speaking with the police.
I doubt this is what you want to hear, but they're saying we're probably gonna have to end up closing for a while. With all the panic and the new animatronics acting up, it's probably for the best. I promise I'll handle everything best I can. But for the time being, I recommend you finish your shift and try not to touch anything. It might contaminate evidence.
What?
I'll call you in the morning and update you. Just please don't touch anything. Okay. Good night.
Suddenly, the phone becomes garbled. The console
You're
on the
gonna-
desk spurred.
You're gonna tell the William Afton not to touch anything? I'm gonna touch those fucking animatronics. I'm gonna touch them.
to life.
Attention, power levels unstable. The following systems are experiencing
Systems!
malfunction. Music
It's so over when the AI has a voice crack, bro. The FNAF talking to the police just as much as talking to a baby.
box, toys remote communication systems, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy.
The others are under my protection. Let's see how you score. With no protection at all.
Why is everything have weird, like, fucking, like, sexual innuendos? Like, okay, like, relax. Like, that's a child. We could have made it say anything else.
The animatronic toys can't help you any longer.
Oh. Oh. Oh, menacing. Oh, shit.
Now, I didn't just throw 3 random threats at you in the last night of the game without any extra way of dealing with them. So, throughout the night, the animatronics will one by one be reactivated for a moment, and you have to move them away from the office. Then they'll go back under the puppet's control and continue moving back towards you.
Oh.
All the while, we've still got the wizards approaching us, and the puppet will slowly be moving closer to the office. She's preoccupied.
This looks so goofy. I'm sorry. I'm just like, come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. Let's go. Yes, Granny, we're getting your favorite almond butter. Yes. That's so funny to me.
Slowly be moving closer to the office. She's preoccupied by controlling the toys, so she's much slower than on other nights, but her advancement is clear and direct. Eventually, the puppet reaches the office by 6 a.m.
You shouldn't have come back.
My bad. I'm trying to afford food. Like Spider-Man puppet kiss. Oh shit. No, like, real, why does no one use, like, physical force against these? I know they're, like, multi-ton robots or something like that. Other than the puppet. The puppet literally needs strings to be held up. Just smack it. Just pick it up and throw it. But the other ones, I don't know. They never show, like, any signs of, like, resistance whatsoever. Not even just, like, holding their hands out or something. It's just like, oh, just take me. I deserve it.
So, obviously, this isn't the canon outcome for the game, just a what-if scenario that our player is.
You guys lost your rights. No more rights for you guys.
Privy to without discovering the true.
We gotta go back.
So, obviously, this isn't the canon outcome for the game, just a what-if scenario that our player is privy to without discovering the true secrets buried deeper within this game's lore. And speaking of which... Okay, so much like the first video in this series, I want to try and keep the original spirit of FNAF 2's story intact, though as you can probably already tell, I have some much bigger changes in mind regarding this game's story. One thing eagle-eye viewers of the last video may have noticed was that in the flashback arcade minigames, the walls of the MCI pizzeria were plastered with posters of the toy animatronics. And yet they still maintained the June 1985 date of the original series Killing Spree. While some thought this might be a mistake, this is actually arcade minigames. The walls of the MCI pizzeria were plastered with posters of the toy animatronics. And yet they still maintain the June 1985 date of the original series Killing Spree. While some thought this might be a mistake, this is actually my first major change to the lore. In this new Reboot universe, the MCI still occurs in 1985, but the pizzeria is the same one as we see here in FNAF Heyday. Now, why did I make this change? Well, in FNAF 2 we were introduced for the first time to William Afton, or as we knew him back then, the Purple Guy. Throughout the first set of minigames, we are shown exactly how William went about committing the MCI, Charlie's murders, and, well, this treat of a minigame, Save Them. While there is still debate to this day as whether or not Save Them is depicting a second set of murders, that was most certainly the most popular interpretation of these secrets at the time. And as impactful as that game tries to make these victims, it seems that going forward, regardless of the original intent, Scott decided to leave this minigame in the dust. There are no references beyond FNAF 2 to the DCI, at least in any direct way. Sorry, Left 2 DCI. So, in my reimagining, I decided to leave the DCI on the cutting room floor and merge it and the MCI together. This also gives William the opportunity to stuff the kids into their respective suits, as the Wizards aren't on stage performing, they're already slumped in the back room going unused, making them the perfect vessels for him to utilize in secret. But of course, this is only scratching the surface of the deeper narrative buried within FNAF Heyday. We've still got minigames, secret characters, and the true ending to get to, so let's not waste any more time and jump right into the lore.
Yippee! The fun part.
The original FNAF 2 introduced us to a slew of new, seemingly important, but very...
Yo, it's my guy! Shadow Freddy! I'm Shadow Freddy, I'm so awesome in black!
confusing secret characters. Now, I'm not going to be adding as many, or even the same, secret characters from the original FNAF 2, but following tradition, I think it'd be a shame not to include some. As we already have JJ out in the hallway, I still thought it would be fun to have a pair of white eyes which could be seen peering out from beneath the desk. And if you're unlucky enough, this could result in Dee Dee finding her way out and onto your desk console. Dee Dee blocks your charging port for the flashlight and laughs while she does it, classic Balloon Boy style. These three paper pals return from the original sporting a new color scheme hinting at earlier origins. And finally...
What?
And
What happened, bro? And fine. Ew! I don't like that. Wait, is that... Oh, that's part of the video. Okay. Ow, shit, he got me!
As is true of most FNAF games, FNAF Heyday will also include a custom night, accessible after beating the game. Different challenges will reward players with different unlockables, some of which will appear on this shelf in the player's office. You can see them displayed in the extras menu, or you can interact with them in-game.
Ooh.
Welcome to Fall Fest. I'm Bomb Bomb Bunny, and this who holds his hand up my back is the wonderful Billy.
So for beating the game and doing like the hard modes, you get something that literally like is a detriment to playing the game. Because if it's like any other FNAF game, its sound cues are like your saving grace, and I'm just gonna have this thing in the background. I'm fucking Bonnie the bunny. While fucking like Toy Chica's just like sliding her finger up your ass. Like, come on.
In the first video, I spoke briefly about an interactable phone placed in the office. Unfortunately, there turned out to be some video glitch, so I didn't get to discuss it fully, so sorry about that. Anyway, in the same vein, I thought it would be cool for certain elements of this office to be interactable as well, such as the desk console. You can fiddle with these controls to change which song plays when we're using the music box.
Nom 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 nom. Newspaper. Nom 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 nom.
This will allow us to listen to audio logs found throughout the game. However, as I'm sure you can tell, we've got...
I love the flask. This is the only way I'm getting through the night. Me and my fucking flask, bro.
Tapes to play. Now, obviously in the full game you'd be able to find tapes and listen to them, but unfortunately I didn't have time while making this video to actually make any tapes to listen. Throughout the nights, the players can also locate arcade tokens. If the player collects one, at the end of the night, they will be prompted to choose an arcade game to play. Arcade 1, Hit and Run Dead. In this arcade, we play as a survivor of the zombie apocalypse, driving their way through the wasteland and trying to knock down as many shambling corpses as possible. As we're driving, we can drink collectible cans of energy drink to give us a speed boost, and at one point in the game, one of the broken sides on the roadway is glitchy. If we take this road, suddenly the car we're driving is a deep shade of purple, and it's nighttime.
Oh, the flask! I'll show him. It's just like Deadbeat Dad Simulator. I love that. Now get out and let everyone know that your masculinity has been boiled. Let everyone know.
Arcade 2, Blocker. In this arcade, our goal is to place obstructions in the way of monstrous creatures which are crawling their way out.
Yeah, fuck that guy in the middle.
Whack-a-mole meets Tetris. We want to make sure we don't block the way out for survivors, otherwise we get stunned for a moment. However, if we decide to block 3 survivors in a row and let all the monsters out, the game glitches.
Ow. Yo, the puppet's got like plastic surgery. High ass cheekbones. Why has the puppet got like BJ lips and like high cheekbones? Like he's got fillers. Puppet's got fillers. Uh-oh. Slay Queen! Someone let her out!
Fun.
Chat? Hey, what's wrong?
Uncle Bill?
What are you doing outside, dummy? You can go around the front.
I don't want them to put me outside again.
What about your puppet? Or does Daddy's machine not work? It's okay. Kids can be so cruel.
Uncle Bill,
Yes, Charlotte.
I'm sorry about what happened. The other kids, they say it was my fault. They said if I hadn't been such a B-word, I wouldn't have made Mike angry. And if he wasn't angry, he wouldn't have done it. But it doesn't make any sense. I didn't do anything. I was trying to help. It wasn't my fault.
That's a nice fucking thing. He just like fucking just blasts his fist through her face. It comes through the back.
You know, Charlie, you're a lot like your father.
Uncle Bill?
Oh no, Uncle
Arcade
Bill.
3, Dungeon Crawl. Dungeon Crawl is an isometric fantasy game where the player is a wizard who has to literally crawl through a goblin's dungeon with really low ceilings. The player must send fireballs in the direction of oncoming enemies and collect treasure.
That's
I'm
fucking
Mary
weird.
Nick, but you can call me Mary. Please remember to treat other guests with respect. Please remember to treat other guests with respect.
No! Wait, I'm sorry.
Remember to treat other guests with respect.
She like Family Guy Phil. No, man. Charlie.
Hi there. Looks like you wandered off. Hi there.
Oh.
Hi there. This is way too fun.
I don't like that.
Arcade 4.
Okay, if they didn't want me to laugh at dead children, they shouldn't draw the dead children in funny poses, okay? That's not my fault.
Or One Nerd Army. This arcade is a classic side-scrolling beat-em-up. We play as a scrawny, pencil-pushing dork who's finally stepping up and fighting back.
However, we have to be careful that we
No,
only have
Chad!
limited stamina, so we can't face all these threats head on. We can use our special hide ability to blend in with our surroundings and let the thugs pass us.
Whenever I'm getting like held hostage and they tell me to put my hands up, but I'm fat, it's just like you like put your hands up a little and your shirt lifts up and you just start like tugging it down and you get shot because you keep moving.
If we use this ability and never attack a single enemy,
Oh, shit. Yo.
Hi there. Please
Hello.
remember to treat other guests with respect.
Stupid thing. It's me.
Dude, now he looks like a rich guy. We need that rich guy laugh. And didn't he have, like, an accent before? He doesn't seem like he has an accent now. What happened to him?
Stupid.
I guess stupid. I guess, like, a little. He doesn't, like, really have an accent anymore. I guess, like, whenever you're drunk, you forget to, like, fake the accent, you know? Because it's not real. Get the rocks out of your mouth.
It's me, William Afton.
Of course, I know who you are, silly.
What?
All Fazbear Entertainment staff and animated property are legally authorized to use physical force in the state of Utah for security
Get in
purposes.
here. Your stupid marionette's acting up again. Dummy. What? Kids can be so cruel.
Ow!
It's me.
Hey, that's kind of kinky.
What? A sweet lullaby.
Huh.
Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. That was our missing link from the first game. We got to learn the truth behind the missing children, but we couldn't yet identify what made this spindly, zebra-striped monster crawling around the vents so special. But here it is, the truth of William's first murder.
Ew!
Obviously, there are still details left up to speculation, but the bulk of what happened to Charlie before and after her death is now revealed. William's fascination with the supernatural begins with Charlie, a crime of passion that results in a decade's worth of horror. To achieve the true ending of FNAF Heyday, the player will not only have to complete the hidden arcade games we talked about before, but also play through the memories of William from the week prior to the game. Considering we're playing as this ruthless killer, our goals, sickeningly, must align with his, and it's our job to make sure his plan comes to fruition. To start this trip through William's mind, we have to click and drag the U icon on the map to different parts of the building.
Oh, the
same
me!
way we do
Look!
with toys.
But you guys
On
can't
my
see it. I'm the little puppet guy from Google Maps that you drag around. Look.
One, we have to
So
drop
cute!
ourselves to the exit.
Not even hen. Chatting.
On night 2, we have to bring our icon to this small room at the end of the hall outside your office.
The manager office of doom. It's a girl!
Hi there. You have reached the office of Ralph Burgess. Please leave a message and I'll be sure to get right back to you. Beep.
Man, we got some calligraphy. God damn. Woo! Foxy! We're rich! Ah, fuck the paper. We're rich!
This bonus item we've just unlocked will come into play later, but for now, let's keep our focus on the rest of the memories. On night 3, we drag ourselves over to the employee lounge.
Acting robotics. Make the astonishing a reality.
Yo, the ugly ass vest! Ew, it's like shiny. It's like wet. Oh god! The rogue ketchup. He's not purple at all.
Relock helper engaged. Currently in animatronic mode. Please turn my bow tie. Thank you. Please
Thank you.
accept my pride.
We're just like listening to him. It's kind of sick, if you ask me. Like, he just knows what he needs. I love him. As very, very technologically advanced.
Thank you. Please
Thank you.
turn my pride.
Thank you! I don't like that.
Relock disengaged. Currently in soup mode. Please remove my pride. Please close up my tummy.
My tummy, please. Close my tummy.
Thank you.
Finally, on night 4, we drag our icon to what will eventually become the janitor's closet in FNAF Anniversary, but here, it's something else entirely.
No, my Freddy! No! What if instead of Freddy Fazbear's, they called it Freddy Freak Bears and we cranked the animatronics?
With all evidence of William's crimes erased, and the blame pinned on someone else entirely, Night 5 will begin with a secret maintenance session. Throughout the week, we've performed maintenance on Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. And now...
The Poppy Playtime music!
Good evening. We notice you're here after hours. Putting in the overtime, eh? Good for you. Afton Robotics always appreciates the hard work and dedication of its employees. It seems that you're attempting to perform maintenance on there. Would you like a hand with that?
Would you like a did with that?
Be of assistance. If you have followed procedure, should be waiting on the platform upstairs. Please activate the retrieval button on the maintenance console to get started.
No.
It appears our system does not recognize the animatronic you're trying to perform maintenance on. This station is only intended for maintenance pertaining to approved Afton Robotics creations.
Yeah, low-key, this guy's like he's kind of fucked up.
Sure you wish to continue? Okay, let's get started. First, please proceed with any required maintenance and or cleaning.
Yeah, clean him up. We don't wanna. Love the animations? Yeah, the animation's really, really good. That's one thing, is that the visuals for all of this are like really high quality.
Good job. Looks good. Good job.
But that, we're removing Freddy's parts, bro. We're removing his fucking fastballs. What about it?
Any required maintenance and/or cleaning.
Yay! My God, squeaky clean!
Good job. Let's try again, shall we? Press the prompt button to cycle to the next item in your prompt package. Please use the flashlight as instructed and document results on your maintenance panel.
But he needs his fastball to store his fast speed. No, it's okay. We kept that one. We removed the one that's filled with his kids. He has the P-ball, don't worry. We have his best interest in our hearts. He's got the P-ball.
Seems like this animatronic isn't responding to your prompts. Whatever maintenance you performed has either been unsuccessful or has damaged the animatronic further. Please report this failed maintenance to your supervisor so that a more competent employee may rectify it.
You fucking blow dick, so like, tell a trusted adult.
It appears you're trying to delete the contents of this maintenance session. Please confirm with your personal access code.
What you say fuck me for?
Thank you.
Thank you.
After completing this maintenance
Wait, it said like, it had like... Thank you, 222. 2222.
After completing this maintenance session, Night 5 finally begins, with a small wristband sitting on the desk, along with a note.
Joe, is that it's supposed to be a T? Oh, fancy wristband.
Everything is now in place, and William's plan can finally come to fruition. Night 5 goes about the same as it does in the base game, with the puppet controlling the toys making their way toward the office. The night comes to an end with the puppet appearing in the office, but in this version of events, William is ready.
Yeah, go away. I don't feel like it. Not tonight, guys. Bonnie looked like SpongeBob. My fat head's in the way. Huh? What? Get the fuck out of here shooting him like flies. Oh, shit. That's so funny. You get your ass back here. Like the kids try to run away from mom and mom gets one of them and starts beating them. Everyone run! Run! Oh shit, no!
Uh-oh. Fun time's falling apart again. Wanna help put her back together?
Not really. In order of appearance. That is very cool. I did like it a lot. I liked the first one more because that's why I liked the first one a little bit in the initial games. I liked the first one more. It was just a game and then there was lore in the background. This one seems more lore intensive, which is like good, but it kind of takes a little bit away from the actual gameplay. The gameplay itself looks really fun, but then it looks like you have like a billion unskippable cutscenes. And if like you're not following, then those will just drag the fuck on. Again, if that's what you want, that's great, but I know for people like me that have the attention span of a goldfish, I'm gonna miss some of the important things. I'm gonna be lost for the rest of the lore. Did like this one. I thought the visuals were very, very nice. I did like the lore concepts. It makes it so it makes a little bit more sense. I wish there wasn't as many like cutscenes. I wish it was just more playing the game, you know?